the world of digital finance, a small group of individuals have tried to warn the world. They've exposed the games, the silence, the puppets, and the billion-dollar setups hidden in plain sight. While others chased hype, they followed the money straight to Ripple, regulation, and the new financial order. This is not speculation. This is the groundwork. This is the blueprint. These are their stories.
But it's so broken. I mean, when I go talk to banks, it's a beautiful thing for me because banks don't like SWIFT. They're frustrated with SWIFT. Their customers don't like SWIFT. And like, that's a great place to be when you're selling into that.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours of Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. You guys have probably heard the saying that Ripple is the plumbers. If you haven't, well, guess what? In today's video, we are going to go over that because this is how the trillions are going to flood into this ecosystem. And you've heard me say many times that we haven't seen legitimate economic value come on chain yet. And that is in the north ends of billions and trillions. I can't even say billions because it's trillions, right?
But at the same time, there's still a long road ahead to kind of like go from the billions of economic volumes in a year into the trillions, right? And so again, it's usability, it's fragmentation of liquidity that's also prevalent in blockchain technology, and it's regulatory, like user protection, regulatory compliance.
And once that comes on chain, we all need to come to an understanding, no matter what community you're in, you're gonna need a highly liquid, neutral asset to level the playing field. And in today's video, you are gonna understand that, and you're gonna understand why the value of XRP is gonna just keep on going, keep on trucking. I'm gonna go over my trades here briefly. We do have a lot of trades open. We have 9 trades open here on Bidunex. Take advantage of their deposit bonus. The link is in the description down below. If you deposit $2,000, you get a $400 futures bonus that you could be trading with and potentially catching this bottom for XRP. This is monumental times right now, and I'm going to be opening up a trade on Toobit in a moment. And XLR is the one that I'm going to eye for and stick to the very end while I'm going to go through how I'm going to open this trade. You really cannot make this stuff up anymore. XRP, when it was trading at 53 cents, I made that video. I was breaking down the plumbing of the future financial system, and I said then, and I'll say now, you can rebuild the pipes, you can install new rails, you can upgrade all the infrastructure you want, but if you're moving money between every currency on earth, you still need one thing, and that is, like I said earlier, a highly liquid neutral asset to level the playing field. That's the role of XRP, that's the role of Ripple. And that is why Ripple is gonna dominate here. It doesn't matter if you're an old banking rail, brand new blockchain, CBDC, stablecoins, tokenized assets, you still need a bridge that can instantly settle value across every currency, every network, every geography, okay? Look at all the things that I just said. Very important to have all those attributes. And here's where it gets even better, because I play a video here by Larry Fink, and he was even telling you back then that you need to create a new currency, a new technology that can instantly collaborate all these currencies. And here we are today. They lied to you back then saying, oh, we should have this. They already knew what was being built, right? And when we fast forward to 2025, he's on CNBC preaching blockchain, you know, talking about digital assets like it's going to happen 100%. Trillions are about to flood this space. And for those who still don't get it, the price of XRP, back when I said this was 53 cents, I told you it was about the plumbing. I told you it was about deep liquidity. I told you this was about the entire financial system, not just a crypto project. Like, do not look at Ripple, even if you look at Ripple like a crypto project, that is absolutely insane. But just keep in mind that there is going to be a moment where the switch gets flipped. When that flows open and when those trillions move, they will move through the only bridge that built for this. And that bridge has a name called XRP. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this episode. I'll catch you guys in a moment. We'll go over the trade for Toobit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to an episode of 24 Hours Crypto. Let's get right in today's video. No matter how much information we could provide, 99% of the world's population will be blind to the information that we actually provide on this channel and think it's all speculation and hopium. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. This one's absolutely crazy. Right off the bat, I want to share a video by Larry Fink here. Take a very close listen. He almost says currency here, and I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. We're going to get into a lot of information, the plumbing, JP Morgan basically bashing XRP. The information we're going to go over today, just mind-blowing, but take a listen to what Larry Fink says here.
An international crypto product can really transcend that.
An international crypto product, but if you look, I'm going to play it again. If you look closely and listen, he almost says currency. Take a listen again.
An international crypto product can really transcend that. An international crypto product can really transcend that.
I don't care what you say, but I know for 99% he was about to say currency. You could even rewind and listen to it again. He was about to say currency. But the reason we're going over that is because take a listen to this back from 2018. Regardless of what kind of infrastructure you have, you're still going to need a highly liquid asset like XRP to create a level playing field in this new infrastructure. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. So take a listen to Larry Fink back from 2018 when he wasn't really knowledgeable in the sector.
We need to create a new currency, but the technology to instantaneous calibrate all the currencies, that should be done.
And then that's why we have him on CNBC preaching crypto, the blockchain sector, because folks, I'm telling you, trillions are going to flood in here and a lot of people are going to make a lot of money off of this, and it could be you if you take the right steps, okay?
More and more global investors are asking us about the role of crypto. And as I said, I do believe a lot of crypto is going to be, it's an international asset. It has a differentiating value versus other asset classes, but more importantly, because it's so international, it's going to transcend any one currency and currency valuation. If you just look at the value of our dollar, how it depreciated the last two months, and how much it appreciated over the last 5 years, I mean, an international crypto product can really transcend that. And that's why we believe there's great opportunities, and that's why we're seeing more and more interest. And that interest is broad-based worldwide.
And since they're pushing for a Bitcoin ETF, now let's get into the bullish information. This is crazy. Some of you guys are going to get absolutely mind blown here, folks. You got to take a listen to the language they speak, okay? This G20 document, which we covered a couple days ago, we missed a part. Take a listen to this. This is so important. Tokenized wholesale CBDCs seem to rest mainly on plumbing considerations. And before I continue this, take a listen to this, okay? So the first video is going to be Esther George. She's the president and CEO at the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas. Keep in mind that Brad Garlinghouse is from Kansas. Ripple has money transfer licenses in Kansas, okay? There's a lot going on behind the scenes, but take a listen to this little montage of the plumbing. We got Brad Garlinghouse talking about the plumbing. Everybody knows what's coming down the pipeline. Every government entity, every bank knows the new infrastructure. That's just how bankers work, and I could tell you that from experience. We know it before it happens, and the only reason why these other banks are creating their own projects is because so they could teach themselves how the new system works from start to finish. And then what you do is you adopt the technology that's already, has that 10-year span of consistency and the money flowing in and out. Okay, that run rate is basically what I'm saying. But take a listen to this little montage. This is crazy.
I often hear that. We've become used to saying we can do so many things on our phone, and clearly you now can move money through various services on your phone. And I expect that is going to continue, and it could well proliferate. The things we're talking about today really represent the infrastructure, as Governor Brainerd said in her remarks. This is really the plumbing of the payment system. And so when people are moving money, it may feel like you and I are trading money instantaneously, but the fact is it has to go through the plumbing in a way that may take much longer for those things to actually come out of my account and get into your account.
And whether it's, I'm not going to speak about the particular product, it's not appropriate for me to do so, but the announcement was a focal point for regulators of different types to recognize that digitization and the digitization of the plumbing and other aspects of our financial system, including payment transfers, etc., it is coming.
Well, everything we do is built on the ethos of the XRP ledger. No more walled gardens, level the playing field, all the money. So Ripple's building the plumbing.
But at the same time, there's still a long road ahead to kind of like go from the billions of economic volumes in a year into the trillions, right? And so again, it's usability, it's fragmentation of liquidity that's also prevalent in blockchain technology, and it's regulatory, like user protection, regulatory compliance, not a fad. And now they're starting to build or co-build the pipes and the plumbing for this to happen in a way.
Describe myself as we're a plumber to the global financial infrastructure. And as soon as they understand that this is just a simpler infrastructure way, I mean, look, in some ways we're plumbers. Like we're enabling a much more efficient plumbing, but
We are, in fact, the plumbers, okay? And take a listen to this. So as I was saying, tokenized wholesale CBDCs seem to rest mainly on plumbing considerations, including technology setup costs, operational and cyber resilience, speed of settlement, and high quality liquid asset drag, meaning the average and peak quantities of central bank deposits, tokenized CBDCs, and other forms of high quality liquid assets require to process or collateralize a given amount of transactions of a given type. The CBDC token technology itself does not mitigate settlement liquidity requirements and the adoption of a tokenized CBDC. And then we got the plumbers. They all know. It doesn't matter how much information I could put out here. Some of you guys will think it's not true, but 99% of you do. That's why you guys tune in. But folks, this is a knee slapper right here. If you guys remember this PDF, unlocking 120 billion value in cross-border payments. As you guys could see, it's north of 23.5 trillion on an annual basis, and it still takes 2 to 3 days to clear that transaction. But take a listen to the FUD. So this is by JP Morgan, right? Just take a listen to the FUD they put out. For Ripple, okay, they said, highly volatility of XRP leading to limited willingness from banks in using it to facilitate payments. Relatively high costs owing to spreads between fiat and XRP. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and smash that like button for the FUD. It's absolutely free. Go ahead and smash that. But I can't believe this, folks. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But this is going to be an iconic moment when the value of XRP just skyrockets 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, $100, 100%, because it logically just makes sense. Okay? And words can't describe what's coming down the pipelines. You know, at the end of the day, we're just human. If somebody was screaming Tesla back in 2000 saying there's going to be self-driven cars around the world, you would have been looked at and you would have been laughed at. A lot of stuff in life, humans like to be closed-minded. They don't want to see the bigger picture. Zoom out and see where the world is headed towards, okay? We're going to the fourth industrial revolution, where if you truly don't have money in this next, 10 years, 20 years, you're truly going to be screwed in this world. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate for some one, you guys. I hope you guys found this information very valuable. But you really can't make this up. G20 talking about highly liquid assets, talking about the plumbers. Ripple is the plumbers. We got Esther, Federal Reserve of Kansas, CEO, president, talking about plumbers. We got Jay Klein. The writing's on the wall. It's just a matter of if you're going to believe it or not. Isn't that incredible? I mean, look where we are today. If you're new to this channel, please go watch my previous videos. I've said this before. You cannot learn XRP with just one video. This is a long process. This was a lot to take in. So when people say, trust the plan, you know, it was meant to be, or it's the new system that's being built and they don't want the retail knowing about it. As much as it sounds crazy, it's not. Like, always think, this is the first time in human history that you guys were able to, including myself, get into an asset class before trillion-dollar companies come. Think about it. We bought a digital asset, and now I'm talking about the whole crypto ecosystem. Everybody's holding whatever they're holding, right? Chainlink, Cardano, Hedera, Algorand, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum. We bought these assets before the multi-trillion dollars were regulated, and now they're going to come in and make these markets go absolutely insane. I don't know what you don't understand. They're not going to create a brand new crypto ecosystem out of nowhere, right? These digital assets are not going to be replicated. But now, let's go head over to Toobit. Okay, let's take a look. I've been going back and forth with Laxlar very heavily, and we do have trades open on Toobit. We have 4 positions opened. We opened this Chainlink live. I told you this Ethereum trade when I told you guys when I was opening this. So we're preparing for this. We are preparing for this monumental move to the upside. And I'm looking at Axlar right now. I think I'm going to go ahead and place a trade. Axlar has not done anything, and I know it is getting ready to completely pop off. Can it do a retracement to 33 cents? I'll go over that in a moment, but also I'm going to leave some few links in the description down below for Toobit. You could also, purchase crypto through Toobit with your credit card or any kind of credit card that you have. And also, they have their new listing pairing from Euro and USDT. Whoever's from the Euro area, benefit you in your region. And I'll leave the reviews for Toobit. The link is in the description down below if you guys want to check out the reviews. But let's go ahead and take a look at what is going on over at Axlar. So I'm going to open a trade, not cross. I'm going to go with isolated. And I'm not going to do higher leverage for this one because I kind of want to hang on to this and not speculate more so. So if I were to open a trade with 5 leverage, and let's say we hadn't put up, give or take, our margin is right here. Let's say we put $1,000. And I'm not going to put a stop loss. I do not put a stop loss, but Toobit actually has this mechanism in place where if you don't put a stop loss, if you're getting close to liquidation, they start taking some out for you, which I'm not a big fan of, but it is actually good. It's happened to me, and when I did get liquidated, I'm like, okay, well, at least that happened. It's not within my control. It's already done systemly. When we zoom out, do I think this is going to go to 30 cents? Will I get liquidated? This is my strategy. Everybody's strategy is different. Let's go to the 1 daily chart. For it to come down to 30 cents, my goodness, something monumental has to happen. Something monumental has to happen for this thing to come to 30 cents. So I'm going to go ahead and open a 5x leverage trade with a $1,000 margin at 36.87. And I'm going to go market. But like I said, if this liquidates, I get liquidated exactly at 30 cents. In my opinion, if I lose, here's the thing. I don't think we're going to go to 30 cents in the short term unless something dramatic happens in crypto. So let's take a look. So I'm going to place this trade. Let's go ahead and click this long, open, liquidation, perfect, excellent, open long. So we have our Axlar trade now open, which is up 2%. Well, no, $2, up 1.9. So yeah, 1,000 margin, 5x leverage. And let's take a look. Like I said, in my opinion, this is how I go into trades when I look at liquidation. Do I think it's going to go to that level? Absolutely not. We have a trade open for XRP right now, and now we're copy trading on Toobit. The liquidation price is $2.90. Do I think XRP is going to go to $2.90? I would be absolutely shocked if that happened right now, given where we are at today. Okay, but I'll keep you guys updated on the Axelar trade. But like I said, 30 cents, I don't see it going. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and we'll be back with another video.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch. I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.